Hello, and welcome back. My name's Corbin, and you're watching episode 2 of the BloomCraft SMP. Previously, we left off getting the little cottage set up over here, and off camera, I went ahead and did a few things that were a little bit more tedious, such as make this stable, just so that we can get some cows and sheep here, mainly for leather, so that I can get books for the enchantment setup. As well as I went ahead and collected a whole bunch of different wood types, mostly by clearing this mountain. Previously, it was scattered with trees, but I went ahead and deforested it because now I want to start planning a canvas out for a base. Before we get started on the footprint of the base, however, I'm really interested in going into the nether. That way we can get blaze rods, 1 for XP, and 2 because I am the server's resident alchemist. So my shop in the shopping district is going to prioritize getting some of the useful potions such as fire resistance, water breathing, and maybe even speed, just so people have that as an option for intricate builds that they might want to do. Another very cool thing I'm learning to use on this server is the instant replay mod. That way we can get a different point of view of my builds, so you can see where my head's at when I'm placing blocks, rather than just having it appear and seeing it from first person. Up here on this little mound of dirt is actually where I plan to place the nether portal. I'm going to do a cool sword style one, you know, how you see a whole bunch of people do it. So right where I'm standing, I want to make a sword nether portal, kind of poke up, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 blocks high. I just think they're really cool, and I've always wanted to try one, so why not take the opportunity here when we have a perfect angle looking off into the sunset, or in this case, the sunrise, over there. Before we can even get started on the portal, I'm going to need to collect a few of the block types that are going to develop the palette, which is going to be our main base colors. I'm thinking something along the lines of polished diorite, maybe some of the pale oak I've been farming, maybe some quartz, some calcite, things that are going to have a light colored hue to the area, rather than always just doing the spruce. we collected all of the blocks. I'm pretty excited. This is a good enough batch for now. I don't think I'm going to use quartz just because I want to save going into the nether for once we have the portal built. And I'm going to follow a general design I may have found, but I want to add my own twist to it. So we're going to start by placing the frame out and then kind of decorating the frame. Geez, that time-lapse was the first time of me using that mod. It actually came out pretty good, though. I took a little inspiration from an image I saw online of the sword build, and I kind of did my own twist to it, as I stated, but this centerpiece right here, I think the use of the lodestone is pretty awesome. And yeah. It is now time to take our first steps into the nether. I haven't gone in there on this server yet, so I'm going to see where it drops us off at with the intention of finding a whole bunch of blaze rods. Let's go. Okay, well... Oh, somebody else's portal's right there, so this place has already been found out. Maybe they found a fortress, so I'm probably going to run their lines and see if I can spot a blaze spawner. Well, after about 20 deaths and one rage quit later, we finally have a blaze spawner. I have had my fill of the nether. I don't want to ever go back here again. It's a real crude grinder, but the spawner works and they all flow to the center killing chamber, where the hopper's collected into this chest. Pretty awesome. Well, after having gotten all of that sorted, I now have 43 levels that I'm going to have to escort back home. About 2,800 meters. We'll see what kind of things we can spot on the way there. We made it back safe and sound, so I think I'm going to enchant a little bit and see what I can get. With that headache out of the way and our new gear acquired, we can finally start work on planning our shop in the shopping district. I believe that I have just enough materials, but I think I want to collect a little bit more diorite and calcite to make our potion shop. Well, looking back at all of these resources that I've collected so far, I think this is going to be plenty to get started on the witch build. I'll kind of explain what I mean when I get there, but first we gotta transport all the stuff, and I think I'm gonna use a jungle boat for that. So I'm thinking about building a hut that almost looks like it's wearing a witch's hat. That way everybody knows that this is more of like the brewery, and you can identify from pretty far away. Alright, well, that's our potion shop done and dusted, and yeah, I had a lot of fun this episode. Despite all of the headaches the Blaze Farm gave me, we got our footing in the shopping district. This is the first shop in the entire shopping district, so hopefully this gets me some profit. But anyways, that's about all the time I have for this episode. Thanks for watching. Later.